Hi there, it's Malia from MaliaHolleran.com, and I am here live at the home of Linda West. We are here getting ready for our Mailchimp Made Easy a webinar / live training. So this is going to be a little bit different than any hangout I've been on, at least, because we have a live component and we have the online component. And we just wanted to allow you guys at home to be able to join us live here. So there are a few people here. We're waiting on 4 people. And so just hang out. And I'm going to actually get started talking about Mailchimp in general. And as people come in and get situated, they will join in the training, and we may have to go back and forth and stuff like that, but it's okay.
Hi, how are you? Ladies.
So now we have Miss Infinity coming in.
How are you? Good. How are you? Different, right?
Huh?
This is different.
It is different.
You're so dressed up
Hi.
and fancy.
You want to say hi? Hi.
Hello. Who are we talking to?
There's one person over there right now.
Hi.
But we're broadcasting live,
Oh, nice.
and we're recording this, so.
Hi. We're just checking in to say hi. We're getting ourselves situated here.
We're broadcasting live, we're recording, so you guys can
Hi.
certainly watch the link in the future, and
You can see there are real people here.
there are.
And dogs.
This dog bites.
He nips, but I'm going to move him out of here.
What's the difference between a nip and a bite? They
bite,
both
like-
hurt.
Come on, Mason. Come on. Digs into your... Hey, get over here.
So I just want to welcome you guys. Welcome, welcome. There is the chat feature on the left. If you see, you can say hello. And we are live here at Linda's house. We are doing a live training, and we are doing an online training. So it's a little bit different than anything you've probably ever been a part of, because we have the live component here. We have actual people. You can see them, and people are coming in, and we're all setting up our computers, getting connected to Wi-Fi. And tonight we're going to talk about Mailchimp, which is an incredible service that happens to be free in the beginning. So free for everybody who has less than 2,500 people on their email list. So I definitely recommend it, and it's a great service to take advantage of until you have an active list that's making money, and then you can start paying for it. So eventually it'll start paying for itself. So it's really cool. Hello.
You should carpool.
Yeah. So again, I want to welcome you as we all get situated. We're broadcasting live here from Linda's house, and we are getting ready to talk about Mailchimp and how to use it in your business.
My mansion.
Her beautiful home. It's warm and cozy and inviting.
Okay. You just want to take good notes?
So, as everyone gets situated, I'm going to talk about Mailchimp for just a few minutes so that we all know why we are here. And again, I want to welcome you to the webinar.
She is. She knows what she's doing. She's like, have they heard yet? So you guys want to listen up? She's going to talk about, like what we're doing here, the Mailchimp, why we're doing it, and all that. So it's kind of an introduction.
Yeah, and very quickly. So again, welcome to the viewing audience. Thank you guys for being here. My name is Malia Holleran. Behind me is Linda West, pretending she's going downstairs, but they're not really stairs. And So this is a different kind of training. We're here broadcasting live. Thank you for joining us. Whether you're on YouTube or you're here on Google, we definitely welcome you into Linda's home as if it were our own. We're all visiting. If you guys don't have the Wi-Fi password, here it is. Got it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we have people actually live here to participate in the training. So as they get their laptop set up and their Wi-Fi connected, we will not be taking any shots during the training. Maybe after.
This is our celebratory.
Yeah, it's Cinco de Mayo here for San Diegans. I don't know if anyone else celebrates it, but I know we do here in San Diego. But I'm going to get started. We're talking about Mailchimp this evening. The title of the training is Mailchimp Made Easy. And I wanted to do the online component because there are people in our circle, in our sphere of influence that are not here in San Diego. And so it's always awesome to be able to bring training not only to the people who are here live, but to our friends that are all across the United States. So I definitely welcome you into our group. Thank you for coming. And of course, everyone that's here live, I thank you guys for coming. So I'm going to get started just with some introductory training here on what Mailchimp is. And if you don't have an email list, I'm assuming everyone has a business, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Does everyone here have an email list? Who does?
I'm entering mine tonight.
Okay, great. So an email list is a huge component of a business. A lot of people will say you don't have a real business until you have a list. It's a huge part of your marketing to have the ability to send an email out or to reach people at the push of a button. And so your list is very important because you own it. A lot of people do business on Facebook or on other social media channels, but unfortunately you don't own Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg does. And if you violate Mark Zuckerberg's terms of services, he can shut your account down. No one can take your list away from you because it belongs to you. And so it's always good to build a list of your own subscribers, of your own people, your own tribe, so that you can always have contact with them. And that's why we use services like Mailchimp, Aweber, Constant Contact, etc. Tonight we're talking about Mailchimp because it's free for the first 2,500 subscribers.
Yay!
And so Aweber, Constant Contact, iContact, there are a lot of these email services that are great. And I think they're all awesome, but they're not all free in the beginning. And so as we're starting our business, I always tell people don't lead with your wallet, right? We want to find as many great services that don't cost anything in the beginning. And after you get to 2,500 subscribers, you'll start paying for it. But at that point, you should be making money. They say that each subscriber on your list is worth $1 a month if you're doing it correctly. So you can imagine having a list of 2,500 and monetizing that list, that's an extra $2,500 a month in your pocket. And so that is the beauty and that is the benefit of building your own list. Okay? So Mailchimp is an online program that allows you to send marketing emails, automated messages, and targeted campaigns. They have detailed reports that help you to improve your email. So there's analytics built into it, and you can tell how many people you send your email to, how many people opened it, what links they clicked on, all of these things so that you can measure the impact that your emails are having and change things that need to be changed. So this is good because it keeps your list of subscribers up to date, right? We have 2,500 that are free. If you have a group of 50 people that never open your emails, get rid of them. They don't need to be on your list anymore. So you can keep a really good targeted list of people that are consuming your content, and you don't need the ones that aren't opening them up. And treat each of one of those 2,500 as sacred. These are your tribe, they're your people, and you want to have a very active, responsive list. And so you have the ability to keep an updated list of subscribers. It's okay to prune your list. And a lot of people get upset when they have an unsubscriber, right? It kind of hurts your feelings a little bit. But then when you think about it, it's like, oh, there's room for someone who really wants my stuff, right? If you don't want to hear from me, good riddance, because someone out there does, and now I have an open space for them.
Thank you for that.
I used to get hurt.
Permission, right?
I used to get my feelings hurt because you have the thing, and then they type in, you know, especially the angry ones. They type in why they don't want your email, like, I never asked to be on this list or something like that. Well, obviously you did, because I don't add anybody to my list. So go. So it also allows you to send personalized emails to everyone. So depending on how you set up your forms, you can certainly personalize your emails. So they say, hi, Susan, hi, whatever. And we've all seen this in our own email inboxes. And again, shows you who opened your email, who clicked on links, etc. So another thing that we have to remember is there are laws when it comes to email marketing, and the service certainly helps you to stay in compliance with those. You get to nurture relationships by keeping in touch with people, stay at the top of the mind, which we know is so important in business. Build the know, like, and trust factor by sending really good, meaty, valuable content. So remember, sending an email is never about selling. It's always about providing value. And so it allows you to have people, to get people to know, like, and trust you because of the value that you send to them. And it helps you save time with automation, right? So we all want to be on the beaches of Jamaica. Well, emails are going out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right? So it allows you to have your business work for you instead of you working so hard for your business. And I'm telling you, when I got my first commission, when I wasn't even sitting at my computer, it was probably the best thing ever.
Don't mind me, I was helping out at doing some stuff at
So those are the reasons why it's important to use Mailchimp. We have another person who's going to get set up and get going here. And so the beginning of this is setting up an account. Does everyone have an account?
Yeah.
Okay, but you don't.
Do you have an account, Billy?
Do you need to borrow a computer, or do you want to? You can just go. Do you want to do it when you get home, or?
I'll just have to take notes. I spaced out and left my computer home.
Okay. So the first thing is to set up an account. So everyone should have an account. If you don't, it's Mailchimp.com, Mailchimp.com. It's really, really easy to do. You shouldn't have any problem setting up your account. One thing, you do need an address. If you've noticed any of the emails that you've received, not personal ones, but from a person like you, they always have an address on the bottom. So if you work from home like most of us do, and you're adverse to putting your home address on there, then it's important in marketing and business that you have a P.O. box or a business address if you don't want to put your home address, because an address does have to be in your emails, okay? And then I'm going to have Linda, she's going to talk about business cards, because after we create our account, the first step is to create a list. So I'll go over the online component of that, how to create a list. But first, most of us are networkers. We've gone to meetings, we've gone to events, we've collected boxes of business cards, or if you're more organized than me, then you filed them away somewhere. But how often do you ever go back to them? we just end up with a big box of business cards. And so what do you do with them? First things first, I recommend if you are a networker from this point forward, you ask people if it's okay if you add them to your newsletter.
Why can't I just add them, Malia?
You can, but they'll get annoyed, like me. So,
Well, why are they giving me their card if they don't know I'm going to add them to my mail list?
because they want to build a relationship with you. That's why they give you their card.
Okay.
And it is really annoying when you go to an event and then all of a sudden you start getting random emails from this person that you barely met. So it's kind of intrusive. It's like,
That's true.
hold on. It's like showing up at someone's house without an invitation.
Yeah, you guys all got an invitation, so welcome to my house.
Right? So you don't meet someone and then tomorrow you go knock on their door. That's weird. If you do that, then I would recommend that you don't, because it's weird. What's your question?
So my question is, say you're meeting a bunch of people and whatever, you forget to ask them. What if you send them a personal email and then ask them, are you interested in being added to my list?
Yeah, so I think that's great. So the question was, if you meet somebody, you forget to ask them, is it okay then to send them a personal email? And in that email, ask then, would you like to receive my newsletter? And that is yes. So again, you've asked them and they've invited you into their email inbox. So this is kind of a good exercise, because if you have business cards, like here's Linda's pile.
That's not it. That's just a little bit.
Yeah, this is a little pot. This is a little bit. This might give you a reason to contact these people and say, hey, Gina from Pizza Port. Hi, Gina, we met. And unfortunately, we didn't have an opportunity to connect. Send her a personal email. Say, hey, we met at this event. If you don't remember the event, say, you know, I found your card and realized we didn't have an opportunity to connect. So are you interested in connecting or whatever? I'd love to come to your restaurant or whatever it is. And then from there, you guys can start a conversation. So here's another kind of answer to your question about, is it okay to ask them? It is okay to ask them, but you want to build a relationship. Okay, so it's kind of like if you and I met at a networking event, right? We met for the first time, like today, we're meeting for the first time. Can I come over to your house tomorrow?
I won't be there, sure.
Right, but so that's kind of odd, right? So before you ask somebody, you should have a conversation with them, get to know them. How are you? Like, oh, we have some things in common. Like, oh, your kids are in soccer, mine are too. You know, how old are your kids? Like, have the conversation that you would have to establish a relationship. You know, and then eventually they'll ask, what do you do? Well, when they ask me, oh, I'm a marketing consultant. I help people build their business. And then you would say, oh, great. I say, what do you do? And then I might say, oh, you're in business. I have a great newsletter where I give free marketing tips. Are you interested in getting it? And then it's a yes or no. I used to be afraid to do that, but you know what? When I did it, everyone said yes. And who cares? If they say no, they don't want it. That's good, right? You don't waste your time, but you still have the conversation with them. So, so yes, it's okay to ask people, but have a conversation first. And even
we're live
Watching yourself.
I'm not. There are other people watching you.
Get my good side.
So I'm wondering, is there room here, or do you have to sit somewhere else? We're gonna have you over here too, finally, yeah.
Well, if you want me over here, if you want me over here. I'm looking to get the
Here.
Oh, yes, okay.
Sorry, hold on one moment,
Yeah,
guys.
live online.
Just a couple.
Okay, so I think that would be,
Where would you want
this is check it out here, and then it ends up not being comfortable. Let's do that. And then there's power right behind you right here.
So now, so now I'm gonna hand it over to Linda. She's gonna talk. Actually, she's gonna talk about business cards.
Okay,
What
well,
do you do?
you said a lot of really great things about business cards. That first of all, when I first started my Mailchimp, I had already a database of about 1,700 people in my Outlook. So I went through my Outlook and I uploaded it to Mailchimp. Probably what you're not supposed to do. But my very first email was, if you want to opt out, please feel free to do so. Because there were people I had already met, but some of them I met 20, 30 years ago, and I had them in my database. So that's how I started my database. And it worked well for me. I had a lot of opt-outs, but that was okay because like Malia stated, those are the people you don't really want following you anyway because they're not interested in what you're doing. So I only want to attract the people who are interested in what I'm working on. So I want to start off, so everybody has a Mailchimp account with the exception of Marianne. And so you'll set one up when you get home. And so let's get everybody into Mailchimp. Does anybody here not have any contacts in their Mailchimp yet? Okay. Okay. So there's a couple different ways to enter contacts into Mailchimp, and I don't have my computer. I can't walk through it, so you want to pull it up. Oh, you do screen share, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Coolio. That'll help me too. Woohoo!
Oops. Notes. There you go.
Okay, so you have set up your Mailchimp account, or you haven't yet. When you do go in to set up your Mailchimp account, there's a thing that says Get Started, and it walks you through entering your address. And I suggest you not use your home address, like Malia said, and you get like a business type address to use. And then we are going to then create a list. So you're on a page that says Dashboard. Let me see, what do we got? Okay, go to Lists on the top of your screen there. So, and that's a plus sign.
This is a T or a
TQ plus sign. Oh, that's kind of weird.
TQ plus.
Plus sign, yeah. Okay, so yeah, we're on the list page.
Oh, wait.
I'll go to list on the top.
Oh, here.
Oh.
Yeah. And then it's on the right-hand side, it says Create List. So there are lists. You can make a bunch of different lists, or you can make one list, and then you can do what they call segment it out. So for example, I have a really big list. When I first started mine, I created about 30 lists. Boy, does that get confusing, because then you put some of the same people in the other list, and then Mailchimp adds all of those up. So my numbers went up to 2,500 really fast because I started with 1,500, and then I started taking some of these people out of this list and putting them in this list too. But there's this thing called segmenting, and then there's groups. So when you segment them, so for a great way to use segments would be, first of all, enter your whole list. So I'm going to enter all these people. I met these at Wink. I met these at Malia's party. I met these at Sylvia's. I met these. It's like I met all these different people at different places. But I'm going to put them all in my one list. Then I'm going to create a separate segment called Malia's party, Sylvia's party. That way I can personalize them to say, oh, it was really great meeting you at Sylvia's party. You know what I mean? So like anything that you have in common with that person, you want to break it down. But the first thing we want to do is we want to create our list. And so one of the things I want you guys to walk out of here with is at least having a few people in your list, okay? So you're going to create your list, and your list name then would be, mine is just called newsletter. I mean, be creative, newsletter.
Newsletter.
whatever you want. It's going to be your general. This is where you're going to dump everybody. Okay, everybody you meet is going to go in there.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
Telling in the, oh, never mind, that's the next step. Probably gonna say it.
Okay, so for the default from email address, so that's the email address they're gonna see when you send it to them. So your love coach, Sylvia Chavez Love Coach, might be what you want them to see. So every time you send an email from there, it's gonna come from Sylvia Chavez Love Coach, not just Sylvia Chavez. It's an example.
But I think that's default from name.
Default from email address.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I skipped ahead. Default from email address is your email address that you want it to come from. Okay.
And all replies will go back there. So,
Yeah.
like one thing I do for my list is I'll ask like a question and I'll say, just reply to this email and I'll get it. So when they hit reply, it comes directly to you. Okay?
You had a question?
Telling me that a Gmail from email address will prevent the delivery of my campaigns.
Oh, because Yahoo and Gmail, it's all that means is when you send it, their server might not accept it.
Do
it'll
you don't
go.
have one that's set up for you?
What do you mean?
Do you have a
Other than
domain name?
No, not yet. Well, I do, but it's not set, nothing set up. I bought it, but not.
So you don't have an email account set up with it yet.
Okay.
That would be your expertise there.
That is my expertise.
Yeah.
Is it the same issue with Hotmail?
Yeah.
Hotmail.
Yeah, so
Yahoo,
what
Gmail.
they want you to do is they want you to use an email address from your domain name. Like mine's Malia@maliaholleran.com. So go ahead, set it up with Gmail right now, and then we'll go back and we'll fix it.
So if we don't have a website,
Do you own a domain name?
I do, but it doesn't
Okay.
go anywhere because I don't have a website.
Okay.
You don't have to have a website. So emails are separate from website. So you can have a domain name and still set up an email address through that domain name.
I don't remember
But you
mine.
can also get free email through your website.
Yeah, depending on which,
No, I do, because I bought MarianneLindsay.com.
okay,
I have no idea what to do with it yet.
okay, but you bought it.
I bought it.
Okay, so she can get like an email address set up, right?
Yeah, so you purchase hosting services and then
So that's something to find out how to
we can
do
talk
with
about
it.
that
Yeah.
after this. For those of you that need advice, we'll talk about that after and I'll tell you guys what you need to do, okay?
Okay, so for the Mailchimp though, you can still go ahead and set it up. You know, your from email is your Yahoo, your Gmail, your Hotmail. That's okay. Just set it up because we want to get it set up. You can still send emails from it, from that Gmail account. It just means that not everybody's going to get it. That's all it means. So it's still, you know, good to go ahead and set it up. Oops, sorry about that. On your foot. Okay, so then now the default from name is going to be that one, like what you want people to see when they get your email. What's cool about it is that after you set up your list, now so we've set up our list. The next thing we do is we set up like a newsletter we want to send to people, for example. You can change that from name for that particular email that you're going to send out, like in your newsletter. So this is just default that it's going to come up, but you can change it. That's the beauty of it. You can always change it. Like I have a bunch of email addresses, and I have a bunch of things I do. So I always change it to whatever it is geared towards that particular event I'm putting on each time. So you do that, and then you want to make sure you tell people why they're receiving this newsletter. It'll go out in there. So here it says, remind people how they signed up to your list. So you want to put in there, and to give you a little example, you signed up for my list, whatever it says there.
So the default from name,
Short
which
reminder.
one it would be?
So yours would be, you want just Sylvia Chavez?
Oh,
Sylvia
Love
Chavez
Coach.
Love Coach? Yeah,
Yeah.
so however you want
Okay.
them to see. When it comes in their email, it's going to say from whatever you put there.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Yes.
And so if people are coming from different places, you're gonna have different lists for each one.
Well, you would have one list, but then you would.
But you've met them different places, so how can you remind them how they join your list if you,
That's where the segmenting comes in, right?
but here it says remind people how they sign up to your list.
Okay, let me think here. As you,
How do you meet people?
Well, for example, like today I was volunteering and doing some miracle creating, and that's one specific group.
So on the ones that I manage that where it's like a lot of in person, I say I met you at a networking event, at a volunteer up, or somewhere around town or something like that.
I don't want to be really specific.
What do you do?
I'm a coach, visionary coach, spiritual mentor.
Okay, so you can say you can just say thank you for your interest in missionary coaching.
Not visionary,
Visionary.
but that's okay.
I'm
I thought you
sorry.
said missionary.
That's okay.
I thought you said missionary too.
I'm like, okay.
I'm not missionary.
So you can say something like that. So thank you for your interest in visionary coaching. And then that way it's what you do and their job. Oh, she's a visionary person, right? You don't have to say like, reminder, I met you at 7-Eleven. Like, just remind them of who you are so they don't think it's spam. This, a lot of times, if you guys notice, like when you get an email, it's in very small letters at the top. And so don't put like something random there because it does appear on your email. So just remind them of who you are is what I would recommend. So like I'm gonna put I'll just put thanks for your interest in business, or in marketing, like or you know what? This is what I'm gonna put. Don't forget to sign up for your free marketing strategy session. Because that reminds them, like, I'm the one that does marketing strategy sessions. It's not free. That's what I'm gonna write.
And you can always change this.
Yes.
That's the thing, is all of this stuff can be changed. So if you're finding you don't like what you put, or like you get into it, you're like, oh, I get this a little bit more now. Like with me, when I learn things, I learn it one way, and then as I use it more, I discover different things about it that make me think differently. And so it's like that with anything.
Also, if you have like a 2-line, like a 1 or 2 line introductory who you are, you can put that there too. Like do you have one?
Your love coach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're like a
But
30
not
second.
in my, yeah.
What is it? How do you say it?
I'm a love coach, and I believe every woman deserves to find the love of their life without missing 100%.
That's what I would write there.
Okay.
Not I'm a, but
Yeah.
right? So your stick, put that there.
So like maybe like as a love coach, I believe every woman, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And it's not blah,
but
blah,
you
blah,
wouldn't
but-
put like, you're receiving this email because we met someplace and then whatever you.
No, I wouldn't put that.
Yeah, she's saying no, don't even put that.
Okay.
Right? I might put business consultant who believes every person deserves to live the life of their dreams.
Okay.
It's more descriptive of who you are.
Because that's what they were attracted to begin with. So they should remember who I am. If they don't, they can get off my list.
Yeah. Everybody's got their thinking caps on. Too small. Like it has a minimum number of. Oh, your mind. Your thinking cap.
How do I look and see what my info is on the list that I already have?
It's when you say info. what
So
do you-
once you set this one up,
Yeah.
you can go back to lists.
Yes.
The next thing you should see is your contact information. It's in blue. There is an edit button if you need to change it. And then notifications. So on on your daily summary, 1 by 1, subscribe notifications, and 1 by 1.
I think I just, I did.
Oh, you probably already saved it.
Yeah, so can I go back?
I don't like to be notified.
What was the question, when people open it?
You can do a daily summary of people who subscribe and unsubscribe, where they send you an email every day. You can do 1 by 1 subscribe, so every time someone subscribes, you get an email. Or you can do 1 by 1 unsubscribes, every time someone unsubscribes.
How do I get back there to list names and
Can you
default?
do it so they just give you a report
Because I
when
just
you send
list-
something out?
You can always log in and your stats are there.
Okay,
Okay.
so you don't need a report every day if you send out something once a week.
And then
Yeah. Well, depending, if you want to know your unsubscribers and subscribers, then you can.
Yeah, the
See, in the
worksheets, because I
beginning,
just save it and
if you have a form on your website and people are subscribing, like you're driving traffic to your site and you're subscribing, that's actually a confidence builder. It's kind of exciting when you get an email that says someone subscribed to your list, right? But then it's also discouraging when it's like so-and-so unsubscribed from your list, especially when you know the person, right? When you're networking with them and you see them every week, it's like, seriously? Like, just filter it to the delete folder. Like, don't unsubscribe. That's rude. So, exactly. So, because I have a bigger list and I get subscribers from all over the world, I don't like to see them because I be getting emails all day long about subscribes and unsubscribes. And you don't want to get an email when you add somebody, because in Mailchimp, you can add people manually, or they can fill out a form on your website or wherever, lead pages, wherever you're putting out your form. Yes.
So I have a question, and I have to excuse this, maybe it's obvious when you're setting it up, since I don't have a computer in front of me.
Ask.
So when you're setting up your list, is there a way to
here it is, right?
identify this particular person belongs to this group, this group, this group, so that when you're sending out an email to that group, all of those people get one automatically?
Yeah, so you would either do multiple lists or you would segment your list.
Well, we already know we don't want to do multiple lists.
Depends on what you're doing.
Well, because I do multiple lists right now manually, and it's cumbersome.
End of the day.
So that's
Email.
why I'm trying to.
But you should be able to broadcast to all of your lists as well,
yeah, okay.
all at the same time. You should be able to send one email to all of your lists instead of 1 by 1.
No, I don't mean one by one.
Oh, okay.
I manage the list manually. I have a list, these are my emails from this source, and these, well, let me break it down to you. I have a tax business, and I have a doTERRA business.
A what?
doTERRA.
Okay.
So most people get my tax newsletter, because most people are kind of halfway interested, I mean, my clients definitely. And I don't mind sending my tax information to my doTERRA contacts, but I'm certainly not gonna send a doTERRA email to my doTERRA contacts.
To your
Your
tax.
tax fund, yeah.
So, or for instance, if
Okay.
it's something related to church, then I'm not gonna send it to my friends that are atheists.
So I would, in your case, I would create multiple lists.
Like the segmenting doesn't do that, so Michelle?
Yes, you would segment. So you would create one list and
I
then
like
create
multiple.
segments.
Okay.
Well, and then.
And I get multiple because there's different ways to do it. So the multiple, it does work in a way because it might be less confusing for you. Or like, say for example, you go to send a newsletter and you forget to segment, like to select a segment, you would send it to everybody. So
Well,
I don't think I would forget to segment, because I already do that.
is there any case where you would send something to everybody?
My tax stuff, yeah,
Oh, get sent to everyone.
that's generic enough, everything else is specific topic.
so that way, if you have a
Okay.
full list that
Then
has
segment.
everybody, that list with everybody is gonna get your tax stuff. Then you're gonna create a segment for doTERRA and a segment for church.
Right. So in that case, segment.
Yeah. And
So
don't- you
unless
don't-
it's
yeah.
like it makes sense to be separate, like it's clear, then for me it's just easier. The way my mind thinks, it's easier to create a separate list so I don't accidentally make that mistake.
I don't wanna I'll get to the 2,500 too fast in that, because I've got a pretty substantial list.
If
Well,
you do separate lists, yeah, so segmenting would be a good way to do it. I think, because you're already
Because
spending
you have
everything
multiple
today.
people on lists. You have multiple people on each of the lists.
Some of those people are on multiple different lists, yes.
Okay.
Totally, absolutely.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
if you segment, I can send one person to 3 different,
Segments.
Yes.
Yes.
whereas if I do.
And they'll only get it once.
If I do 3 separate lists, I have to have that one person 3 separate.
Different times. Yes.
Yes.
Which,
And you get to use 2,500 too fast.
right,
Right, because that's 3 instead of 1.
right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, plus it gets kind of confusing that way. Because then that way they would get like 3 separate emails from you. If you would have to send to 3 separate lists, whereas if you segment, you can select them when you send.
So if you've got a person on 3 different segments, are they gonna get it 3 times?
No.
No, because you're gonna tell which segment you want it to go to. So you're gonna select, I wanna send this newsletter to only my church people, this segment. You wouldn't select the other ones for that because you don't want them to get the church newsletter.
But what if she did?
If she did, if she wanted to go to everybody, she would select the entire list, like your list, not the segments.
Because I already do this manually, I actually don't think I'm gonna have a problem, it's just a matter of learning how to do it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool.
Easier than what I'm doing.
Okay, so now you've selected your daily 1x1 or 1x1 unsubscribe. And you click save and we go to the next step. You don't have any subscribers yet. So and some of you do. So there are a bunch of different ways to do this. I won't say a bunch, but there are different ways to do it. So if you click on add subscribers, this is where you're gonna start to add your people. You can add a subscriber or import subscribers. So say you already have, maybe you created an Excel spreadsheet that has a name, first name, last name, company name, email, phone number for that, like that example. You can then import all of those people at one time into Mailchimp.
But really quickly,
Yes.
I always recommend that you add yourself. So if you're
Yeah.
new, go to add subscriber and add yourself to your list.
Yeah, add yourself first so you can see what everybody's getting. Yeah. I had one time where the email went out and there was like a typo in there that I noticed that was not a good typo at all. And so at least I got to see it.
Because the good typos.
Well, some are really bad and some aren't so bad, especially if like numbers, like 1,000 and 100 is like a lot different, right? Yeah.
Please check your entry, try again when I get saved.
Oh, for the first, did you fill out all the blanks?
Did you add yourself? Yeah.
No.
It's not even there yet. It saves and it keeps doing that.
I'm wondering if it won't allow comma or anything there. I don't know.
Maybe. That could be
So here it's just save it, right?
It would.
That's it.
You're right. It'd be nice if it.
Yours is different than mine.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Check your entry.
How do you?
I
Did you go to?
I have to go back because I forget. I saved it before.
No, but go to add subscribers. Is that where you are?
No, I'm in list.
Yeah.
Right there. Add subscriber
Add subscriber, add subscriber.
and add yourself.
Do you have any tables in Word or just, it's Ginny, semicolon, so-and-so, semicolon, so-and-so, semicolons? Like I said, this is all totally manual.
Try another, I don't think it'll work, so you can try one of the other options here instead of that one. I don't see
Just
them.
copy and paste it.
So really quickly, you guys saw me add a subscriber. If you have a list already, you can click import subscribers
Sort of.
and you will be able to upload a CSV file, copy paste from a file, or get it from Google Contacts or something like that. So That's how you do that. It's pretty easy.
Com is more commonly, it was more commonly accepted than some. I wonder if you can start having another list, like starting from scratch again, if I start doing that, even maybe clients unsubscribe. Try that, see. I like it, you can cancel out that one. I mean, they're my client. I'm like, why are we doing this for?
When you send out your do, Sarah, how do you differentiate? Do you say it's a detail?
I don't, I haven't done anything like that. Yeah, see what happens. I've been doing it with my tax business for years.
Right. So is this
It's
one
all
grab our little start?
Yes, grab your
I
stats.
want to start, let's start.
I know, right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna show you just a couple.
Grab a snack or a glass of water if you have one. I have my Starbucks iced tea.
I enter them in Excel and then I import them.
Okay, now there's how many.
And next, so we've already
Well, I just do Excel.
created our list, and the last thing we're actually going to do is create a campaign. So we're actually right on time. We'll probably end right at about 8 o'clock, which is awesome.
I don't know, we can check. So let's.
So if I wanna import a list from GetResponse, is here's the place, right?
Yeah. From you go to add, hover over add subscriber, and then go to import. So from GetResponse, so the question she asked is if she wants to import a list from GetResponse, where does she go? So again, under you go to add a subscriber and then import. When you log into GetResponse, they'll actually allow you to download a CSV file. It's CSV. So you want to make sure that you download the CSV file. It may be called export your subscribers. You want to download the CSV file, and then it'll go on your desktop or whatever on your computer.
Okay.
And then you can log into your Mailchimp, go to import subscribers, and upload that same CSV file. So it's actually really easy, and it'll then like have you match like first name, last name to make sure that
match.
yeah, everything is in the right place. It's definitely a pretty easy process. I don't have a file to show you, but
It's okay.
self-explanatory.
Okay, so,
What is the question?
okay, so I just wanted to say, so we can then add,
They can't see you.
they can't see me?
No, they see my
It's the
screen.
Okay, so I don't, hi, you can't see me.
You don't have to come over here.
So I can actually just stop. Okay, so we're on the screen where we're adding a subscriber. So there are options. There's add a subscriber, which adds one person at a time. And then the other option was to
Import.
Yeah, under add subscribers, import subscribers. So click on the import subscribers just so you can see what the options are. I just want to kind of go through those. So if you see on the top one, it's CSV or tab delimited text file. So that would be, what's the tab delimited?
A text file. TXT.
So like a Word document maybe? I've never done it that way myself.
So it's in notes. Like I know for us on Macs.
Okay, so on Macs it's notes.
Yeah, if you create a note, that's a .txt file.
Okay, so that would be one. And then copy and paste from a file. That's the one I like to actually use the most. What I do is I will take a stack of cards and I'll enter them in Excel. So like my first column is first name only. You don't want to do a first and a last name in the same column because when you send your email, it'll say, Dear Linda West. That's not very personal. So we want to do first name only. And then the second column, I'll do their last name. And then the next column, I'll do their email address. Now here's where it gets kind of cool, is you can also have different columns. So maybe you want to do something where you're personalizing it more, like where you met them, where I met them. Or you have their birthday and you want to throw that in there. You can make that one of your fields in Mailchimp. So you can make it so that somehow, I don't know how to do it, but you can make it so that on their birthday, they get an email from you. And it's personalized, happy birthday, so-and-so. So maybe it's anniversaries. So there, depending on what your business is, there's some personalizations that you might want to do that you are able to do in Mailchimp. So it
That's
is kind of
included in the
cool.
free version?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
All
cool.
of this stuff is included in the free version. It's you only start paying when you get that number.
Or
That
if you want to do
2500.
automation.
Yeah, which we can talk about briefly.
I don't.
Okay,
We're
so-
not going to talk about it.
So, so there's two ways to do it. You guys know tonight. Actually, I don't even know what the integrated service is. If you discover it, let us know.
But I was saying earlier, if you have another service like GetResponse or Aweber, and you have a list over there, make sure you export that list.
Mhm.
It'll usually be called export. When you export it, you want to export the CSV file, and it'll download onto your computer, and you can upload that right here into Mailchimp.
CSV.
Yes.
Yeah. So again, you would export from your other one and then import it into Mailchimp. So that would be one of your import options.
And they do ask you if you have permission to send emails to people on that list. One thing that Mailchimp, and they all do, is they measure the, not reliability, but the strength of your list. And so if you import a list and you get 75% of the people unsubscribe from the first email that you sent, your account will get shut down.
Is it bigger spam?
Yes.
Yeah. So I took a risk by doing mine
You
because
did.
I imported, but they were all people I've known. Like I've known them for so long. So I figured that I would get some unsubscribes, and I think I've got like 5%, which is
low.
it's low, but it was high to me because everyone I saw, I was like, oh, they don't like me.
So if they shut down your account,
Like once a week, doing them a batch. So
Oh yeah, yeah. I thought mine were all in Outlook, and I just imported them right into.
Or they might
Mailchimp.
like put you on probation.
Yeah,
They'll say,
I haven't hit probation yet.
what is your question?
This is a silly question, but can you not see the unsubscribes? Because I don't need that in my life.
Just don't look at
you
it.
start getting close to 2,500, you do.
No, just don't look at it.
I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah. I don't look at them anymore.
I don't care if they're not on, they're not on, you know?
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I certainly agree with you. You don't have to look at it.
Because it does automatically send
Just
you
don't
a
scroll down
notification.
on the home page.
There's ways around it. Yeah.
Or change your mindset, right? So celebrate the unsubscribe.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
People are unsubscribing. Why? Do I need to make a change?
That's true.
I don't take it personally. I don't care.
Yeah, there's a
The people who
myriad.
want to hear from me will be on my list.
Right.
That's what I believe firmly.
Yeah.
Right? If they are in my tribe, I believe that there are people in the world who we are meant to work with. And those are the people that I want in my circle. If you accidentally got on my list, that's fine. I personally, I celebrate the unsubscribes because that means they weren't meant to work with me. Right? And it opens up space for people who are meant to work with me. So, maybe just change your mindset about it and use it as an opportunity to welcome in your tribe, your people.
Another way of looking at it is like from the opposite side, from yourself. Like me, for example, I have some of these emails that I get like weekly, and I want to subscribe so bad, but every time I see them, I'm like, ugh. So why don't I just unsubscribe? Like how many emails do you get that you're like thinking, I wish I want to unsubscribe, but I don't want to?
Well, I do because a lot of times I'll unsubscribe just because if I'm getting too many.
Yeah,
Or-
It's not that I don't like them or think they're value, it's just that my
right.
inbox gets too full.
And sometimes you just don't have time.
right?
Yeah.
And that's okay.
And that's
Yeah,
what
that's
they're
Because
saying
when it's
too.
your time,
Right.
you'll subscribe, right?
Exactly.
Okay, let's very quickly. We have 6 more minutes on the live broadcast.
Woohoo!
So we'll continue the conversation here in person. I'll walk around and help you guys. That is one of the privileges of being here live and taking your time to come here. But I understand people are all across the country,
The world.
the world. People will see this all over the place, and we're sorry that we missed you.
Yes.
So before we end tonight, let's look at campaigns, because we certainly don't want to teach you how to get your account and build your list and not teach you how to send an email.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll go to campaigns, top left-hand corner. On the right, there's a blue arrow that's nicely pointing to create campaign. Okay. There are a couple options. A regular campaign, it tells you a lovely HTML email. What that means, it's a pretty email with pictures and stuff like that. Okay, so you've all seen the emails that have like a beautiful banner, you know, header, and there's pictures integrated into it. That's an HTML email. Pictures, this is mobile friendly, so pictures show both on the computer and on the phone, and all the emails are formatted to the phone without you having to do anything. In fact, you'll be able to preview what people see on their phones and their tablets. Plain text campaign is those emails that are just words, no pictures, okay? You have the opportunity to A/B test a campaign, meaning you send one version of the email to a group of people and another version to a group of people, and you can see which was more responsive, which had better results. Okay, so could be in marketing, we use it like you wouldn't send a completely different email. You may send the same email with a red sign up now button and this email with a blue sign up now button. You want to know, is the red more effective or the blue more effective? With A/B testing, you only change one thing, because if you change multiple things, you don't know what worked and what didn't work, right? So one thing on A/B testing. But don't do that yet, because we need to learn how to send an email first. So let's do a regular campaign. A lovely HTML.
Yes.
That we're going to send to our entire list, which consists of me.
Yep. Yeah, we all have one recipient, right? At least one.
But you can see how it says send to a saved segment, send to a group or a new segment. So you can see how segmenting is integrated into the email campaigns. On the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see next. Click there.
She already did it.
Here, you'll name your campaign. It could be, it's internal. So name it something that you know. So if you send a monthly newsletter, you may say May 2016 newsletter. Okay?
She said send a group on your segment.
Your email subject should be snazzy. It shouldn't be May 2016 newsletter, right?
The subject line, so it's-
Yes.
Also, no, on the very top, the name of your campaign, this is just internal.
It's
to you
internal.
only, so it doesn't matter what you put there. Their examples are like newsletter number 1, number 2. I mean, I don't know. It depends on what you're doing in your business.
The email subject would be, hey, I forgot to pay you.
It's the email.
Yeah.
Hey, I forgot to pay you. Yeah, I didn't even look at that one. Yeah, so then you're
There's
like
one
the
that's
pictures.
like, you've earned a commission every single time I open it. I'm like, oh God, this again.
Those are annoying.
It's annoying, and it's a little bit borderline ethical, depending on your.
So your subject line is whatever they're gonna see when they open up the email. I mean,
Like
you know,
Happy Mother's Day.
yes, like
Certainly,
that.
Happy Mother's Day.
Day.
Is a good one.
Oh, happy birthday. So they will open because not their birthday. So you say, oh, they forget.
You can actually see
So the thing is, though, Happy Mother's Day may be generic because a lot of businesses are sending Happy Mother's Day,
That's
right?
true.
So with my blinds company, work with for a holiday, we always say, like, give your mom a gift she'll open every day, which is her blinds, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you may want to snazz it up like that.
That's in the title line?
That's my subject line. Give your mom a gift she'll open every day. You're like, oh, right? So everyone else is saying Happy Mother's Day. All the stores we subscribe to, all the email lists we subscribe to. So get creative in the way you handle your subject lines, because that is what's going to determine whether somebody opens your email or not. It's the first thing they see. Okay? Here you see from name, from email address.
And then from name again, that's what they're gonna see when they open up when the email gets delivered to them. Oh, you're not gonna send it. There's the last thing is like, are you sure you wanna send this? So don't worry.
Okay, so we definitely want to track our opens, track clicks. As you see, these things are required. Google Analytics can be integrated if you have a Google Analytics account. So I would leave it how it is. You can connect to Twitter, connect to Facebook, and it'll auto post your newsletter on those if you would like. And when you have everything filled out, push next.
For the social media, do you guys all, is it all gray for you guys? Or do you have an option to click on it? Is yours gray?
I can click on it.
You can't? Oh, I'm here. Let's
Yeah.
see it. Okay.
And then you'll see you come to templates. Okay, so you would pick a template.
Yeah, so once you've connected to your Facebook,
What is it? The
It's always
auto
equal.
convert video, the more options. The last one. Auto convert.
Code your
video.
own?
might not wanna connect.
Yeah, the auto convert video.
Oh, you don't have a video though, right? Let me see.
Yes, more options. Turn this on and we'll scan your content.
So as far as the reports.
It's for embedded videos.
So in the case that I want to add a video, that's where I put it.
That you can choose, like.
You
how
can do
want
that.
your
So
email
it converts it automatically to be email friendly.
Oh, okay.
So it will increase the deliverability of your email into inboxes. That was a big word, deliverability.
Yeah.
That was a question about auto convert email. So if you do embed a video, you want to make sure that you use that so it increases the deliverability of your email. Okay, so I'm going to finish this training up here. You can pick the template that you want. And Linda's actually saying right now that you want to pick something that that you are going to use all the time. Okay, so pick something that you want to brand for yourself. I personally always use this one column because I write mine more like a letter.
Lemon zest and garlic fest?
You run that?
Yeah. Large. So then my Berry Best Chocolate Fest, same thing. We start off, Berry Best Chocolate Fest is first, and all the coloring relates to the colors.
This is a new thing.
So it is good to have.
I'm gonna put
your-
close.
Like your logo.
So here it is. Here's my newsletter. So I have the opportunity to put my own header here, edit my content,
So it's fun
and
to do that,
it's
but
weird because you kind of edit it here on the right side.
business, you don't wanna mix it up. You wanna
Here's
focus on
edit
your brand.
your headline, and you can see how it configures over there.
Maybe you like this one, so it works for your brand. You could start off with that one.
Make sure
modify
you
it, and then just
put
keep
your
that as
header.
your saved template.
It'll format it to the size. You can
Yeah.
add your own social media links. Just click the edit, and you put in your Twitter username, your Facebook username, your website.
I have no idea.
Okay, you can add other services as well.
Okay, so I touched it, yeah.
And when you're
So then
done,
once you're done
you'll
modifying
put
everything,
next.
You can save it to your saved templates. And then now in the future, you go pull from your saved template.
And then change what you need to and then save it again.
Oh. And this
So
is
they would use the 2 columns, see, because it's got 2 columns.
No, this is how you test
Oh,
what it looks like.
So it's saying I can't do that because the default placeholder text is in my message.
Yes.
But basically,
Okay, so at first
you
get reports like who subscribed, not subscribed, but then just right now she's just about the Google Analytics for the opens and stuff, so those are 2 different things.
Yes, totally different things.
okay, let's see if it lets me do it here. Push next.
Okay, this one was my list.
Oh, fabulous.
Which good because you can see.
It's still not letting me do it, but at the end, you would either schedule it or send it. Okay, so you can send now or you can schedule in the future. And when you do that, you're done. Okay, so
You know?
I'm gonna stop screen sharing here. And hi again. Good to see you again, finally. I hope that you got something out of this training. It's very basic, walk through Mailchimp, but I hope that you really quickly. So it's a little bit different training because we're here live doing the same training. We thought it would be really fun to do something a little bit different. So as you guys are getting the training online, they're here around their computers. You see all the laptops. And these are all women in business that we know and love and that we work with on a regular basis.
Are we
Come
going
over here.
offline like right now?
In a little bit, I'm going to stop the broadcast, but here we all here.
Can we all just do like a really quick, like 10-second intro?
Introduction?
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, start,
Yeah.
Malia. You first. 'Cause you're-
Okay, well, just really quick, my name is Malia Holleran. I'm a business and marketing strategist. I work with women who want to build their business online. Go.
She's not ready. Okay. I'm Linda West, and I'm always the goofball in the crowd. But I put on large family-friendly foodie festivals, and I'm also working on a really, really cool project right now that I'm looking to launch in June of 2017. I will share more about it once I get my funding.
Yay.
Is that enough of a delay?
Now can I talk?
Yes.
I'm just kidding. I'm Infinity, and I'm a transformations coach, and I help women who are going through divorce and hard times, and single moms especially are close to my heart. So I help them come through difficult times and feel beautiful again, and that's all.
That's a lot.
And then some, yeah.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Marianne. I can help you with all your tax needs because all you business ladies have tax issues.
Hi, and I'm Susie Silvestri, and I help people get healthy with Purium Super Green Foods.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jessica Larimore, and I teach businesses how to set up their booths at events and rock it out to maximize those profits.
We
Awesome.
all need that.
Thank you.
I want to share that Jessica asked me to set up a booth today, and I got sweaty. I don't like that.
Hi, my name's Nancy Dorset, and I have a company called Polishing Pros, and I help people get their books out of their hearts and onto the paper.
Oh, awesome. Wonderful
Yay.
business.
I need that.
Hi, I'm Sylvia. I'm a love coach, and I help women finding the love of their lives because I believe they can do it without kissing 100 frogs.
I'm Billie Allen. I'm just down a bit today. But I am a visionary coach and spiritual mentor, and I help visionaries and leaders ignite their passion and light up the world. And I create miracles in all sorts of ways.
Yeah.
Very good.
Awesome.
So thank you guys.
Thanks for tuning in.
So again, I want to thank you for joining us. I hope that you got some value out of this. Of course, as I said earlier, if you don't have a list, it is really hard to market your business on a regular basis. So as a business owner, you have to have a list. So if anything, if we got you to create your first list or gave you the information that you need to do in order to do that, we have done our job. So I'm available online. You can see my website at maliaholleran.com. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Malia Holleran. If you mention that you saw this video, that you joined us for our Mailchimp Made Easy, I have a special for you. I have a marketing strategy session, a 1-hour marketing strategy session. It's $79. So mention that you saw us here, and I would love to spend an hour with you talking about your business and how you can maximize your marketing so that you can grow your business, get more clients, and make more money. So again, thank you for joining us. Bye for now.